This is ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins. Alan Cohn is off tonight. Our top story, all the public showers, picnic tables, and grills on Siesta Key Beach don't just attract tourists, they're also attracting the homeless as well now. Siesta Key's Village Association says it has seen an increase in vagrants. In some way, this could hurt tourism, which is the Key's economic engine.
I hate to say it's bad for tourism, that sounds cold, but families that want to eat an ice cream cone that would go to the gazebo feel uncomfortable with the panhandling and with the folks just being there.
The Village Association says it will ask the county for help on this one. A possible snag in plans for a new development at US 41 and Stickney Point Road. Benderson Development is planning to build nearly 600 apartments, a hotel and retail space on a 30-acre lot there. But the state now says there's an increase in accidents around this corner, and adding more traffic to the area could be a problem. For many living near the site, it's one more reason not to support the plans.
Everybody who's been here in peak season, either living here or trying to get to Siesta Key on Stickney Point Road, knows how bad the traffic is.
Very happy to have, somebody from a government point of view be on the side of the neighbors.
Despite the information, Benderson says it still plans to apply for a zoning application later on this month. Now to an update on more than 60 lawsuits pending against the city of Anna Maria Island. The suits stem from a vacation rental crackdown that limits occupancy to 8 people tops per unit. Property owners say it has cost them more than $20 million in lost revenue since it took effect last April. The city has until September 24th to settle the claims or face civil action from the retail owners. Sarasota-based circus operator Walker International Events is facing 7 lawsuits. Today marks the 1-year anniversary of a circus tent collapse in New Hampshire. That accident killed a man, his 6-year-old daughter, and injured 50 others last year. The company is also facing a felony for operating without a license. Now to Venice, where developers are eyeing the former site of the Venice Circus. The property is adjacent to the Venice airport. In fact, the FAA regulates developers from building full-time residences nearby. One developer wants to build a hotel and condo complex there. Another would like to build a luxury resort.
I've seen a concept plan, an artist rendition, if you will, that he had presented before City Council, as trying to get a sense of whether we would support the concept, and I think we will.
So Venice City Council and the FAA have final approval. Well, in case you haven't heard, there's a serious teacher shortage in Florida and also here on the Suncoast. In fact, Sarasota's school district has 110 openings, mostly for teachers. Manatee has 87 vacancies. Some blame the Deferred Retirement Option Program, or DROP, for the shortage. Now, most in demand are math and science teachers. For some, summer break ends a week from today. Students in Manatee County go back to school on Wednesday, August 10th. In Sarasota County, the first day of school is Monday, August 22nd. Now, we've got you covered. Join us all next week for back-to-school stories on everything from vaccines to bus schedules and much more, all to do with your back-to-school this year. Hard to believe the summer is over for some students. Let's get the first forecast from our own A student, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Ray, I got to tell you, it is amazing how fast it has moved along, obviously, and I know that the storms have been moving around all different directions this afternoon. It's kind of strange, and we're getting a change in these patterns now that outflow boundaries will create showers, and those will move in different directions. You'll see that on the radar just a little bit. We've had some heavy rainfall around today in parts of the Suncoast. Not everyone, especially immediate coastal locations, kind of fell short of the showers and storms around. You can get a look at the tower cam from the Van Wezel looking toward the west. It was a nice afternoon. In fact, nothing going on there, but boy, to the east, skies were very ominous. You can see that rain falling again, moving off from the northeast basically to the southwest and falling apart before it reaches, yes, that's right, the Gulf Gate area. It always seems to miss there. They had a little bit of light rainfall, but for the most part, just some light rain out of Siesta, the heavier rain well to the east. And these storms are moving to the north. While those are moving to the southwest, these in Bradenton, downtown Bradenton, heading toward Palmetto, across the Manatee River, some showers there along US 301. Rainfall amounts I mentioned have been pretty impressive in areas up to only just about an inch, I should say, near I-75 and Clark Road. And then get a look at this, a bullseye right there in Northport. Over 2 inches of rain as some storms move through right around 2:30, 3 o'clock this afternoon. Well, right now at the airport, some light rain, and they hear some rumble of thunder. 83, the dew point is at 72. The high today was pretty close to average. Finally, not above average too much, 91 degrees. And we're watching the hurricane, the second one of the season, the strongest storm in the Western Caribbean since Sandy back in 2012. And that's heading toward Belize, where there are hurricane warnings up. It could be an 80-mile-an-hour storm with gusts as high as 90 to 95 as it makes landfall early Thursday morning and producing some very heavy rainfall. There could see up to a foot of rain in places. For boaters, not too bad out there, although there will be some morning storms you'll have to dodge. Tomorrow morning, a much better chance for those coastal showers and storms to be around. That's going to be a trend too, Ray, I think, for the next several days, is that we'll have morning showers and storms near the coast and with some lightning. So always a big issue there in the morning because people aren't used to it. Normally it's in the afternoon and evening.
Yeah, that's different. Okay, thanks for the warning. Thank you, Bob. Still to come, understaffed and underfunded. Find out how Manatee County is coping with growth.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits in the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
All the growth in Manatee County is causing some problems. Our Adam Cellini tells us now population demand is on the rise, but services are not keeping pace, Adam.
Yeah, that's right, Ray. The number of employees per 1,000 residents in Manatee County has dropped from 6 to less than 5 since the recession. And soon county leaders will turn to voters for some revenue help.
When you hop on James Hamilton's bus, you ride with the best. Hamilton is Florida's reigning paratransit operator of the year. 14 years total, driving the sick and disabled all over Manatee County.
It takes a special person because you're dealing with seniors, you're dealing with Easter Seal, so you have a lot of disadvantaged people that you're dealing with and you have to take care of.
The job, he says, isn't for everyone. Several in the fleet have been driving for at least 8 years now.
You have to be dedicated, you have to have compassion, you have to want to do this. You have to love doing this.
And James Hamiltons are getting harder to come by. In fact, MCAT has to prioritize routes to determine which ones will shut down when there's not enough staff to operate buses. This summer, Public Works reported nearly 30 unfunded staff positions to county commissioners. Public Safety brought up more than 10 of their own, from EMTs to lifeguards, helping fill empty towers on Coquina Beach.
Typically, I'd like to be able to work more people and open more towers. Adding those positions back would definitely allow us to get back to those levels.
Like other divisions, Joe Westerman's Marine Rescue operation was cut 6 lifeguards during the recession. But while the population has rebounded, vital positions across the county have not. Westerman's division got 3 employees back last year, so now 4 guards can patrol 1 mile of beach.
It tasks what they can do, break-wise, lunch breaks, restroom breaks. They feel the strain of it, and if you work in this environment for 10 hours, it's not something easy.
It's become a puzzle each year for commissioners like Carol Whitmore during budget talks. How to balance staff salaries in a general fund depleted by other infrastructure needs.
We are using our general funds to repair roads and main water breaks that happen and all kinds of issues like this.
This year, the county put together a Citizens Financial Structure Advisory Committee to help solve the budget problems. One of its members, Matt Caraway, says the lack of basic funding was eye-opening.
It became increasingly clear to all of us on the committee that Manatee County was having to set aside very important basic spending to keep the budget balanced.
The reason? A one-dimensional revenue source unlike any surrounding counties.
Manatee County relies exclusively on property taxes and gas taxes to fund the vast majority of its budget.
Now, for the first time since 2007, the county administrator has recommended 11 new positions, all funded by property taxes, but refuses to raise property tax rates. So, to secure the county's financial future, Caraway's committee recommended the half-cent sales tax, which commissioners approved for the November ballot.
The infrastructure sales tax is for capital projects and those types of expenditures, and so it would relieve them of that burden of having to make those difficult choices where they're leaving staffing short, and often that means very visible and adverse outcomes to kind of day-to-day activities that citizens of Manatee County are used to receiving.
The hope? That commissioners next year won't have to choose between the roads and the drivers they pay to use them. Now, earlier this week, commissioners recommended a few new hires for both Public Works and Public Safety, but nothing will be final until the budget is approved in September. Ray?
Adam, thank you. Up next, we'll talk to those directly involved. Stay with us.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For more on tonight's topic now is Bob Smith, Director of Public Safety for Manatee County, and Ron Schulhofer, Director of Public Works, Manatee County. Thank you both for being here tonight.
Thank you for having us.
So in some ways, even though you're Public Safety or Public Works, different worlds, but you've got the same issues, and that is a lack of money. Is there a way to do this without raising taxes? Bob?
You know, the biggest concern for us is having bodies that we can put into service. We have a growth in the population of the county, and we have a very defined staffing level right now that needs to grow with that growth. So anything that we can do to find funding that would allow us to hire additional personnel to meet that need, we should be exploring.
You'd think with the increasing home values, we've done pretty well in Manatee County since the recession. With the values going up, income, revenue for the county is up as well. Isn't there some money coming in?
Yes, there is. It did rise a bit, and there's money coming in, but it's not sufficient. You can't solve this with ad valorem tax.
Okay.
We need another revenue source is exactly what we need. Yesterday at the budget session where the board set the trim rate, County Administrator Ed Hunsinger was clear and they talked about it. What if the half-cent sales tax doesn't pass? The two options, cut services or raise taxes.
Cutting services sounds bad enough in your situation, public works. Cutting services and public safety takes on a whole other dimension. People watching don't want to have a lesser chance of being responded to if they call 911. Are people being protected right now, Bob, in Manatee County with their emergency needs?
They are. We've become, not just in public safety and public works, but across the county, the departments have become masters of doing more with less. We've been able to maximize our existing resources. That's helped us meet some of this need, but at some point we'll have to address it at the larger level. Call volumes for EMS, for 911 are escalating with the growth in population. We're meeting the needs now, but we need to start looking long term. Will we be able to meet those needs a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? And at this point, the only way we'll do that is if we have an additional revenue stream besides property taxes.
So you are putting all your hopes on this half-penny sales tax that the voters will decide in November. Would that be enough, though, Ron?
Yes.
Okay, so that could solve all this?
Well, it's a good start. I'll tell you how this works. We've identified over 139 projects in public works that we will help benefit the community. I mean, there's roads, bicycle lanes, sidewalks, street lighting, which makes neighborhood safer. And that was highlighted by Commissioner Smith just a few months ago, talking with Sheriff Stubbe. We can take those dollars that we currently use as operating dollars and use them otherwise. So this half-cent sales tax gives us an opportunity for a new revenue stream. We don't have all of our eggs in one basket, which is ad valorem or gas tax. And that's pretty much what Public Works lives off of, and grant funding for the transit system.
Now, you both are on the same side of the coin here, obviously. You're both department heads in Manatee County, and you're both looking for more money. But let me play the devil's advocate now. I'll be the libertarian here in the bunch and say, I bet you I could go through your budget and find plenty of room to cut, plenty of fat. What would you say to that, Bob?
I would say you're probably not alone in having that opinion, and that was one of the benefits to having this Citizens Advisory Board established that brought citizens unaffiliated with county government and county leadership to do just that, to look at other ways to fund these projects. And one of the first things they did was to go through the budget to see, are there any areas that we could cut? And what they found was, no, there are not areas that we can cut, that we are, again, doing more with less, and we're maximizing every dollar we've got now. And it just didn't exist. So that wasn't coming from county government employees or county leadership. That was coming from citizens who were assembled to do just that.
And did your budget have the same scrutiny?
Yes, it did. It did.
And they found no place to cut?
No, we actually got to go in and brief and talk to the Citizens Committee, and they understood our dilemma. And I'll highlight the fact that we're both residents there as well, so it's our money as well. So.
Are your hands tied to an extent when it comes to salaries and pensions? You can't touch some things, can you?
That's correct. We cannot. There's benefits. We have 1,700 employees in the different paid classes, and that's scrutinized. But there's just no dollars to throw more money at the problem. We have to have another revenue stream.
So if you were to think outside the box and just be ultra creative for a moment here, just play along. Besides raising taxes and a half-cent penny sales tax, is there anything else? If you were king for a day of Manatee County, what suggestion might you have to do this?
You know, having seen the amount of work that was put into this, specifically by that Citizens Advisory Board, and the in-depth research and all of the options they explored and all the different avenues they went down to find an alternative revenue stream, I would be confident in saying there isn't one. That every option that would be available to Manatee County government was explored by that group exhaustively, and this was their final solution, their final recommendation, and I think it's the right one.
Okay, I'm going to lob you a trick question here. You don't have to answer explicitly. As residents of Manatee County and taxpayers of Manatee County, do you witness bloated budgets in other departments that you wish you could say, boy, I'd certainly cut that if I could? You don't have to tell me where, because you have to work with these people. But are you witnessing some fat elsewhere in Manatee County government?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
And I'm going to tell you that because we're a pretty tight group. We meet every Wednesday, and we talk about the things that we go through, the dilemmas we go through. Everybody's facing the same issues. Everybody has the same personnel problems, you know, recruiting and retaining folks. As the economy improves, people go find another 50 cents an hour, $1 an hour. We just don't have the revenue to match those. I haven't seen any waste in the other departments. And I know that sounds like an insider talking about the insiders, but we're a pretty tight group, and we really share with each other if we have issues and concerns, and they have the same concerns we do.
Care to be bold on this one, Bob?
Actually, I'd have to agree with Ron. I think, and even if we did, there are 360,000 residents of the county that are continuously scrutinizing the operations, the budget, the funding that's available, because it's their dollars, it's their money, and at the end of the day, every decision we make, we have to justify to them. So I think we've got 360,000 people that are keeping a close eye on us and would let us know if that was happening.
Now, Ron, I was surprised to see that as Director of Public Works, you're also in charge of the Manatee County Area Transit.
That's correct.
Is that common for Public Works to take care of transit?
No, I don't think it's common. I've talked to a lot of the other public directors around the state, and it's not that common. We were about 340 folks in '07, lost 65 people, went down to about 280. Some other things had to change because the recession got a good grip on us and was holding on with the whole nation, and we were right with them. So a lot of departments had to consolidate, and that's when I picked up the MCAT transit services.
Out of curiosity, in most counties, who handles rapid area transit, rather?
Normally, they're their own authority, their own taxing authority. Separately. There's some places like Sarasota, it's in Sarasota's government as well, Sarasota under the Board of County Commissioners.
Okay.
But most larger areas have their own taxing authority.
All right, very good. Well, Bob and Ron, thank you both for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed talking to you and hearing more about the situation in Manatee County. We'll be talking to you again very shortly, hopefully. When we come back, some of your comments on last night's program. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke, and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
Visitors flock to Florida for our pristine beaches, but a massive algae bloom is causing concern. Runoff from fertilizers, contamination from septic tanks, and high levels of rain all contribute. Here's what you say about last night's program. Cindy Myrtle wrote, runoff of big agriculture has been an issue for a while. Septics are only a drop in the bucket. Who are they kidding? Linda Walker writes, nothing is going to change except for the people who tell us what they're going to Washington to do to fight for clean water. Until the money train is derailed, we can all expect to see the decline in water quality and other environmental impacts. Jim Davis writes, let nature take its course. It has happened before and will happen again. And Tony Thomas writes, it's a disgrace. State and local only care about money. They were supposed to be stewards of this great land. If you want to comment, go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/news@7. I'm Ray Collins. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tonight at 11.